In this week's Bleach, Ichigo shows off his hollow.
I think we can all agree that shit just went sideways in the most colossal way.
Bleach, Chapter 676, Horn of Salvation, picks up with Orihime having flashbacks to the time Ichigo went berserk hollow against Ulquiorra, and she's pretty nervous he's done it again.
We gotta baptize you with some bleach.
But he turns around and smiles to reassure her he's fine.
What's up, Miss Tasty? What's up, what's up?
She still seems slightly skeptical based on his appearance, but he tells her to relax. It's still him this time.
Nothing to worry about at all. Just relax.
Bach questions whether or not this is the form he takes when his powers meld together, and Ichigo confirms this to be true. Quincy powers from Zangetsu and Shinigami powers from his hollow were constantly at odds but have finally found balance.
What talk of madness is this?
If that balance is destroyed, it would stand to reason that they would come forth. Since the power had been melded, it would be more convenient if he could draw it out at will. But he's far from mastering that, which is why he used Bach's power to give him that nudge.
You used me?
Suddenly, Ichigo is in front of Orihime's barrier, much to her shock, and he tells her they need to spread out, but to keep protecting his Ryotsu.
Maybe we should split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Really?
And I can't quite tell if this is just a release of his Ryotsu or an attack, but Ichigo blows the roof off the palace, forcing Bach to draw his blade.
I've had enough of you, Mantooth. This is gonna end right here, right now.
This doesn't bother Ichigo in the slightest, as he simply grabs Bach's sword hand.
You dirty motherfucker.
With this, Ichigo brings down his white Zanpakuto to slice Bach.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
The palace continues to crumble, but we see Bach blocked Ichigo's attack and isn't too happy about his strategy.
Surely you jest.
He thinks it's foolish for Ichigo to think his blade could pierce him, and he pushes him back. But in mid-air, he sees Ichigo forming a Getsuga Tensho, which he calls a different approach.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But the Getsuga is fusing with something. Wait, does that mean...
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! No! That is not happening right now! No!
Well, fuck me sideways with a lunchbox. Ichigo finally used a new attack, and it was a Sero. But not any ordinary Sero, a fucking Grand Ray Sero. And mixing it with his own Getsuga Tensho was pretty cool, giving him twice the attack power. But this only leaves me wanting more new attacks. We need different Seros, Getsuga Jujisho, whatever the hell else he's got up his sleeve needs to be shown. And sort of on a related note, did anyone else think the last panel of Bach being hit looked similar to the one from his dream? Only this Sero Getsuga is much more beast. Who knows if this attack did much, if any, damage to him, but it's still a great moment for Ichigo with his smart thinking.
I am the smartest man alive!
Okay, let's get away from the ending and see what else happened. Orihime having them Vietnam flashbacks of Hollow Ichigo scaring the shit out of her was bound to happen. Luckily, Ichigo was once again able to calm her down so her freakouts didn't screw up their plans, and I thought the explanation of how Ichigo was able to go into this form was very well done. He's been able to balance his Shinigami and Quincy powers, but clashing with Bach upset the balance between the two. Therefore, Hollow Ichigo came out to play. And it's hard to read Bach's reaction to all of this. Like, some panels he seems excited because he saw it coming, but then they're fighting and he's extremely agitated that he has to fight Ichigo. I unfortunately think he's going to use Almighty at some point to get the upper hand and beat up on Ichigo's hollow form, which sucks because I'm really digging the hell out of this form, but I know it won't last too long.
Hopes deleted.
So I'll give this chapter a 9.5 out of 10. Grand Ray Sero was badass to the max. Bach seems to be losing his edge, but the only problem was that the chapter felt too damn short. For my question of the week, what kind of attacks would you like to see come from our new Hollow Ichigo? Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. Alright, that does it for me. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I'll be back next week with more Seros. Peace!